I want to tell you something about the T-shaped Barndominium that nobody in the alternative construction space is saying. It's not really one building. It never was. It's two buildings, a long bar and a shorter wing, connected at a junction point that is simultaneously the most structurally interesting and the most spatially powerful moment in the entire design. But here's the thing. The shape isn't the weird part. The shape is obvious. The weird part is what happens to the people who live in it. Specifically, what happens to how they move through it, how they experience privacy, how the building creates two completely different emotional qualities of space from one floor plan. No partition walls doing it, no interior doors, no design tricks, just the T. Let me show you. If you want the spatial psychology behind alternative Barndominium shapes, subscribe to Barndominium Haven right now. Hit the bell. Stay till the mistake section, because the design error that ruins the T-shape is the one every first-time designer makes immediately, and it's the most counterintuitive fix I've put on this channel. Let's get into it. Quick definition so we're precise. A T-shaped Barndominium has two elements. The long bar, the horizontal stroke of the T, typically the longer, narrower section of the building, and the stem, the vertical stroke of the T, projecting forward or backward from the center of the long bar. From above, the building traces a T. The junction, where the stem meets the bar, is the structural and spatial center of the design. In steel frame Barndominium construction, two rectangular wing structures, intersecting at their midpoints, one running east-west, one running north-south, meeting at a junction condition that requires specific structural engineering at the connection point. Unlike the H, U, or W, which are symmetrical on both sides of their organizing axis, the T is deliberately asymmetrical. The stem projects in one direction only, and that asymmetry, that deliberate one-sidedness, is where all the interesting spatial and psychological consequences come from. Here's the insight I want you to sit with. A rectangle is one house, clear, unified, one spatial experience from front to back. The H shape is three houses pretending to be one, two wings and a center, each with its own spatial character, each pulling the occupant in a different direction. The T-shape is specifically two houses. The long bar, one spatial experience, extended, lateral, panoramic, the kind of space that makes you want to move along it, to walk the length of it, to experience it as a sequence rather than a room. The stem, a completely different spatial experience, directional, focused, going somewhere specific, the kind of space that makes you want to move through it, to follow it to its end, to arrive somewhere rather than travel somewhere. Two completely different spatial psychologies, one connected at the junction. In a well-designed T-shape, the long bar is the social program, kitchen, dining, living, spaces that want the lateral, panoramic quality of the bar, spaces that benefit from windows on two long sides, spaces that feel generous because of their length. The stem is the private program. Bedrooms, bathrooms, the quiet zone, the end of the day, the stem's directional quality, its sense of going somewhere, of arriving, is the spatial experience of moving toward rest. You don't wander toward a bedroom, you go to a bedroom. The stem supports that instinct architecturally. Okay, here's the weird part. In every other Barndominium shape, the junction between wings is the shared zone. In the H shape, the center connecting body is the kitchen and living. Everyone passes through it. It belongs to everyone. In the U shape, the rear body is the shared heart. In the T shape, the junction doesn't belong to anyone. And that's the weird part. The junction, the point where the long bar and the stem meet, is not a room. It's not a destination. It's not a kitchen or a living space or anything with a name. It's a transition, a moment of reorientation. You're walking along the bar, moving laterally, experiencing the social spaces, and then you turn 90 degrees, and you're in the stem, moving in a completely different direction, toward a completely different spatial experience. That 90-degree turn, that physical reorientation, is the most powerful moment in the entire building, because it marks the transition from the social world to the private world. Not a door, not a wall, not a sign that says, "Private beyond this point." A direction change. And what's weird, and genuinely fascinating to me as a designer, is that it works. The act of turning 90 degrees in a building creates a psychological threshold. Before the turn, social; after the turn, private, without a single additional wall. That's the T-shape's most powerful design feature, and nobody talks about it. Let me give you the engineering picture, because the T's junction is genuinely interesting structurally. The point where the stem meets the bar is a four-way load condition. Forces from the bar traveling east and west, forces from the stem traveling north or south, all of them arriving at the same point simultaneously. In a rectangular building, two-way load condition. Well understood. Standard engineering. In an H or U, three-way condition at each junction. More complex, still manageable. In a T-shape, technically a three-way condition, because the stem only projects in one direction. And here's the structural advantage that the T has over the H and the U. The T's junction is asymmetric, which means the loads arriving from each direction are different in magnitude, because the stem is shorter than the bar. And different loads arriving at different magnitudes from different directions can be resolved more efficiently than equal loads arriving symmetrically. The T-shaped junction, properly engineered, is actually less demanding than the H-shaped junctions at equivalent overall building size. That's counterintuitive. And it's real. The T costs less to engineer per junction condition than the H. One junction. Less structural steel at the connection point. Lower cost. Compared to the H, which has 4 junctions, the T's structural simplicity is a genuine economic advantage. Let me walk you through the specific program placement that makes a T-shape actually livable. Long bar, 14 feet wide, 60 feet long, 840 square feet. Left end of bar, kitchen and dining. Windows on both long sides, north and south. Natural light from 2 directions. The most social room in the building. At the most social end of the most social element. Center of bar. Living space. The junction point directly adjacent. The 90-degree turn visible from the sofa. Right end of bar. Home office or utility room. The quieter end of the social wing. Slightly separated from the main living zone by distance alone. Stem, 14 feet wide, 30 feet long, 420 square feet, projecting from the bar's center. Near end of stem, directly at the junction, bathroom and laundry. The first thing you reach after the turn. Practical. Close to the junction for plumbing efficiency. Far end of stem, primary bedroom, the furthest point from the social bar. The most private space in the building. Maximum distance from the kitchen, where the morning noise starts. Maximum distance from the living room, where the evening activity lives. And accessed only through the 90-degree turn, the psychological threshold that signals you've left the social world. Total conditioned area, 1,260 square feet, 2 bedrooms possible, by splitting the stem, one at the far end, one adjacent to the bathroom mid-stem, all of it from 2 rectangles meeting at one junction. My favorite feature. The view from the stem back toward the bar. Here's what I mean. Standing at the primary bedroom, at the far end of the stem, looking back toward the junction, you're looking along the full length of the stem, through the junction, and into the bar. If the interior doors are open, or if the junction is designed without a door, you can see the full length of the building from the bedroom to the far end of the bar. 60 feet of bar plus 30 feet of stem. A 90-foot depth of view from the most private room to the most social end of the building. That view, that sense of the whole building visible from the bedroom, is the T-shape's most profound spatial gift. You can see where you live from where you sleep. In a rectangular building, you see the bedroom wall. In a T-shaped building, you see the kitchen, the living room, the windows at the far end, the whole social world visible at a distance, from the privacy of your most personal space. That's not just a view, that's an architectural argument about what a home is. A place where you can see everything that matters, from wherever you are. The mistake. Putting the stem at the end of the bar instead of the center. I know why designers do this. It looks simpler on paper. One wing projecting from the end of a long bar. It looks like an L shape with a different name. And that's exactly the problem. An L shape has a corner. A T shape has a junction. Those are different architectural experiences. An L-shaped corner feels like you've run out of bar and turned the corner. A T-shaped junction feels like you've reached the center and chosen a direction. When you put the stem at the end of the bar, the 90-degree turn happens at the edge of the building's geometry, not at its center. And the psychological threshold that the T-shape creates, the turn from social to private, is no longer at the center. It's at the corner. And a corner threshold feels arbitrary. A center threshold feels inevitable. The stem must project from the center of the bar. Not the end, not a third of the way along. The center. That's what makes it a T. That's what makes the threshold work. That's what makes the 90-degree turn feel like the organizing moment of the whole building, instead of just a place where the bar ran out. Here's what the T-shaped Barndominium is actually doing, and why I keep coming back to it when I think about what residential architecture is supposed to accomplish. Most floor plans organize space by naming it. This is the kitchen. This is the bedroom. This is the hallway. The T-shaped Barndominium organizes space by direction. This way is social. This way is private. The turn is the threshold, and that organization, by direction rather than by partition, produces a home that understands something fundamental about how people live. We move differently through different parts of our lives. We move laterally through the social world, always aware of what's to the left and right, always in the stream of other people's activity. We move directionally through the private world, going somewhere specific, arriving, closing the door on the lateral flow. The T-shape doesn't just accommodate that, it celebrates it. The long bar celebrates lateral social movement. The stem celebrates directional private movement. And the junction, the 90-degree turn that nobody names, nobody decorates, nobody designs around, is the most honest moment in the whole building. It's just a turn. That means everything. Subscribe to Barndominium Haven. Tell me in the comments, would you put your bedroom in the stem or the bar? And what would you do at the junction? I genuinely want to know. And I'll see you in the next one.